Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a 2026 year ahead reading for the air signs. So I will be focusing on Gemini, Libras, and Aquarius. I'm going to shuffle the cards and I'll be back with the reading. Okay, Gemini, this reading is for you for 2026. Well, we're starting off with the Tower. So we got the Tower and the Eight of Wands. I feel like there are changes that are coming in quickly. The fact that this is starting the reading tells me that this is going to happen kind of in the first portion of the year. So anywhere between January and March, basically. And the thing about this with the Tower and the Eight is it's coming in quick, it's coming in hard, and it's going to throw you off your game because I got the Two of Swords right below the Tower. So now you're briefly in that moment of, oh my God, what do I do? Where do I go? Which way do I turn now? And when I say it throws you off your game briefly, I mean that because right next to that is the Six of Wands. So if we look at this triangle that's going on right here, I really feel like the Tower moment needed to happen. There was something that you've been dragging out, that you've been dragging along, that you've been refusing to let go of for a while, that maybe the universe, if that's what you believe in, comes in and just says, okay, we're wiping the slate clean for you. So you got a fresh start going forward. And again, like I said, it knocks you off your game just a bit. But then you're really going to see the silver lining of it with the Six of Wands. You're going to see that, okay, this is really what's best for me. This is something that needed to happen. And the fact that the Fool comes directly after the Tower when you've already got basically a clean slate to begin with, I feel is a really good thing. Because if you look at him, he is moving towards this. So that's where I'm getting that you kind of had a feeling that this was coming. You had an inclination that this was starting to crumble, that it was starting to fall apart. And so you're ready to step into something new. You're ready to go off on a different adventure, take a different path, however you want to look at it. Part of you feels that like it's a risky thing, especially if this removed something stable in your life, especially if it removed or wiped out something that you've been doing for a long time or clinging to for a long time. So anything new is going to feel risky. Anything new is going to feel scary. But the Fool, he's impulsive and he'll go forward within it anyway. So what I have to say to that is, because you know that there's a silver lining behind this with the Six of Wands, take your time to figure it out. Go inside, go and listen to that inner voice and not so much of the outside noise. That's something else I get with the Two in the Tower. Not listening to all the outside noise, all of the other opinions of, oh, well, you need to do this now. You need to take care of that now. This is the direction you need to go in. You need to figure this out for yourself. If you do, if you take the time to go inward and to listen and figure this out, you're going to have really good results from this with that six on the other side of it. If you listen to others, it's going to be, I think, a little bit more of a rocky road, a little bit maybe more risk taking, something like that. You need to trust yourself this year and the direction that you want to head. The fact that the Four of Cups here is over at the end, um, the Four of Cups usually has the guy sitting there rejecting what's being offered to him and choosing to like maybe ignore what's available. But for some reason, this card right here brings me into a whole different energy with this Four of Cups. And I feel like that you are maybe rejecting what's being offered to you because you know what you truly want and it's not that. And you know that there's something better. One thing I do feel with this four is there is a frustration kind of build up in you that this is something that you have to maneuver through this year. I feel like I keep hearing in my head, this wasn't part of my plan. I wanted to do this at a later time. I wanted to pursue these things when I was ready to pursue them. And that shakeup came in and said, nope, you're going to deal with it right now. That's kind of what I feel with this four. And the fact that the four is looking over here at the six, I still feel like you knew that this was, or you know that this is a good thing for you, that you know that this needed to be wiped out to begin with. So even though you're frustrated by the situation, and even though maybe it feels scary about starting this new path, taking this new risk, because this wasn't the year that you wanted to do it. With him angled towards this 6 here, I feel like it's going to work out. Okay. And I feel like the success or the turnaround from this comes rather quickly, since I've got the 8 right above the 6 of Wands. So, Gemini, just be ready for some sort of shakeup in the next few months, possibly. Like I said, since it's at the beginning, and it's really for the best. And the path that you were wanting to go down anyway is just arriving sooner than you thought. Okay, Libra, this is your reading for 2026. So, we're going to start out the year with the Strength card. And what I find interesting here is I've got the Empress reversed on one side and I have the Four of Wands below. And I don't know why, but I feel like someone is shrinking to fit in. Intuitively, that is what I am getting with these two cards. I feel like I am shrinking to fit into a situation in order to make others happy. The 2026 Libras is going to require strength from you to stand up and be the person with your own, be your own person. It's going to take strength for you and courage for you to be your own person, to stand on your own 2 feet, to not try to conform to what others are wanting or expecting from you. If there's a different way that you want to do things, then you need to do it. Because I've got the Knight of Wands energy right here, and I feel there's a real passion in you that is driving you forward, that is wanting to make some sort of, I don't want to use the term radical change, but there is some sort of change that you're wanting to make within yourself. But yet there's this hesitance of pursuing that. There's this feeling, I feel like, of being judged, because I've got the King of Swords on the other side. And while the King of Swords can, normally help you with a plan and give you thoughtful advice moving forward, there's something about this that has this fear here when I'm looking at these cards, that you're going to be judged, you're going to be persecuted, you're not going to be able to be yourself and stay where you're at. I kind of feel that. So courage comes into play. Courage also comes into play in pursuing some of your passions. I also feel that, feeling judged, feeling looked at, feeling like that's not what's expected of you. If you're following your passions and letting that lead you this year, is it bringing you abundance that other people are expecting you to bring in? No. I get that with that reverse Empress. But at the same time, it is making you happy. It is filling you with joy. It is strengthening your foundation with yourself. The fact that I have the 9 of Pentacles over here means that this is going to fulfill you in one way or another, if you have the strength to follow the things that you really want to do. What I get with the Strength and the Knight of Wands is just do it, just pursue it, just try it and see where it leads you. The fact that something I get with these two cards being above you is this is the noise from others. And if you get grounded into this energy, the Four of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles, you will have a happy and prosperous year. If you let others keep you in the shadows and you let others determine what your path and your direction is supposed to be, or what your plans are supposed to be for your life, then you kind of stay in you stay unsatisfied. I'll say that up here with these two cards. So this is about, in 2026, leaning into who you really are, not hiding any longer, celebrating the fact of who you are and the things that you want to pursue and what makes you happy and is going to bring you the most satisfaction in life. I feel like, Libras, that this 2026 is the year of being the best you and the most authentic you. That's kind of what I get with these cards right here. Okay, Aquarius, here is your reading for 2026. I find these very interesting. So we're starting here with the Six of Cups energy. And while that is remembering things from the past, having nostalgia for it, what I feel this is with the World card right below that is the things that repeatedly showed up for you from the past, patterns, people, just like it was like the same lesson over and over are coming to an end this year. There is a finality to that with the six and the world coupled together. What I find interesting is this middle row right here. So the Queen of Cups fell out with the Nine of Wands, and then the Ace of Wands is right below. And what I feel with these two cards right here is the energy of constantly having to heal and fix everyone else's problems. With the Nine of Wands, he's already been through battle, he's already been through a rough time, and normally is spending time recovering and recuperating. And with the Queen of Cups, who is very loving and nurturing and wants to help heal people, and heal herself too. Maybe this ending with the stuff that's coming up from your past is finally going to put an end of this constantly fixing, coming to the rescue, helping the same person maybe over and over and over again, because you've decided to cut that loose or cut them loose. Because with the Ace of Wands right below, I get that, you know what, this is about me. This year's about me. 2026, I'm stepping into the energy of me and no one's going to stop me. I'm done helping and nurturing and always putting everyone else's needs before mine. And I'm going to start putting myself first with a lit fire underneath of that. There's nothing wrong with helping others. There's nothing wrong with nurturing and caring for others until they start taking an advantage of you. And that's kind of what I get that the cycle is ending here. And once this cycle finally does come to an end, then you are fully able to embrace that lit fire within you and that Ace of Wands. Because if you look over here, we've got the Five of Wands. There is definitely going to be pushback in regards to this. What do you mean you're not going to take care of me anymore? What do you mean that, I can't come to you to fix all of my problems and that for me and dump all of my emotional issues upon you? I really get that. So the changes that you're trying to make within yourself, the things that you're trying to break, the old patterns that you're trying to break from your past are going to be met with pushback in 2026. But if you want to be happy and you want to thrive and you want to start feeling good about yourself and your life, sometimes you have to endure that pushback right there. The fact that I've got the Page of Wands right below this pushback is not, I feel like this is a don't give in energy. I feel like there's a yearning here, Aquarius, that you're wanting to wipe the slate clean. These people that are constantly maybe nagging at you, or like I said, maybe you feel like they're using you, or maybe you feel like they're constantly needing things from you because they don't want to take a moment to figure things out themselves. You're just wanting the slate wiped clean. And with that World card, you get that. If you choose to step into that and let that cycle end, and you choose to embrace these new opportunities of what you want to see come forward in your life. The fact that I've got the Ace and the Page right here together tells me that the world is wide open to you. I feel like somewhere past the midpoint of the year, when these cycles finally do come to an end, since this is the bottom portion. So somewhere in the second half of the year, this cycle will end and you will feel like a brand new person, almost like, oh my God, what do I do with myself now that I'm not needing to care and take on the burdens of what other people want and expect from me. I really get that with that. Those cards, I mean. Something else I feel with this top row here is no longer being a slave to your emotions. So I've got the 5 of Cups and this Queen of Cups and that 9 and 5. And I really feel like that leans into overcoming some obstacles in regards to your emotions. Maybe you lead first with your emotions sometimes in situations, getting fired up about it. And I think that cycle is coming to an end too, because maybe you realize that these people aren't worth that energy. They're not worth the time and that to put into expending that emotional energy or that fired up energy on them. The fact that the page is right below this 5 is eliminating some people from your life too. I get that, especially if this page is like wiping the slate clean because he wants new opportunities. He wants new people in his life. He wants people that aren't going to constantly challenge him all the time. Not that challenging is bad. I mean, it's good to have someone challenge you. It pushes you a little bit, but when they are overexerting themselves into your life and it's causing chaos for you, sometimes, you need to move away, step away from that sort of thing. But I really feel, Aquarius, that this is about letting some people go, letting some cycles end, stepping into your true self, and start moving towards people that are more aligned with you and not try to people please the ones that you will never be able to people please here. So that's all I have for you, Aquarius. Let me know if that resonates for you in the comments below. So that's all I have for the readings today. Let me know in the comments below if this resonated for you in some way. Please keep in mind that number one, this is a reading for the collective. It is not going to fit everybody and everyone's situation. And number two, this is a projection forward for 2026. Everything can change at the drop of a dime. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more readings from me. And until I see you next time, bye.